Nigga, everywhere I go, man. Juicy J, shut the fuck up!
Yeah, spin that shit.
Memphis nigga everywhere I Memphis nigga everywhere I go.
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 Eyes all red like city gear. Nigga. Draw down on him, make a fuck nigga, give it here. Jeff #1, I'm the rookie of the year. Wanna see a mad street, make a nigga disappear. Real Memphis nigga when I'm looking in the mirror. Yo,
Memphis nigga everywhere I go, this the remix. Ay. Memphis nigga going up like the G mix.
Ay. Everybody outside, it's the freak nigga. Memphis nigga everywhere I go.
Fuck nigga, Memphis nigga everywhere I go. Let's get it. Memphis nigga everywhere I go. Let's get it. Memphis nigga everywhere I go. Let's get it. Memphis nigga everywhere I big head that hoe. Memphis shit, that's how I feel. Shit might check me a hoe, might flame me a hoe. Spit a little game on a hoe. Never spent change on a hoe. Memphis nigga everywhere I go.
He ain't even been to the city before. Fuck nigga. He ain't even been to the city. He ain't even been to the city before. Let's get it. Nigga came once, but he can't come back no more. He's Memphis nigga when I drop my low. Yo, nigga want smoke, let's go. Yo, bitch want smoke, fuck nigga, I call Big Glow. Yo,
Memphis bitch here where I go. Okay. Memphis bitch here where I let's get. Memphis bitch here where I go. Okay. Memphis bitch here where I on the count. Memphis bitch here where I go. Might take a bitch nigga, might take a nigga home. Riding down French be coolin' with some hot boys, still doing donuts in the smoke. Getting money ass bitch, that's me. That's me. Tomato fruit M's and I still want more. Now if Memphis bitch got hard. Win, lose or draw, bitch, I still want smoke. I ain't shit but 25. Let's go. Already a legend up in my city. Bump down, bump 3-6. Hey man, play me some of that pimpin'. Gangsta ass bitch, stay muggin'. Everywhere I go, I'm thuggin'. Memphis bitch, everywhere I go. Let's go. And everywhere I go, they love me.
Yeah, Memphis nigga everywhere I step through. 3-6 Mafia and gangsta boo. You know what it is, my nigga. My city full of gorillas that ain't from the zoo. North Memphis nigga so infamous. Rest in peace, Lord Infamous. Old school nigga with the pole in the cut. I hear making easy money tryna pimp a slut. Fraser Boulevard in a car all candy. South Memphis bitch, she ain't wearing no panties. She ain't never been nowhere outside our city. I'm a draper in Dior and I'ma take it to the Grammys. Memphis nigga everywhere I step on the scene. Ride through Evergreen, blowing get it green. Give a little bad bitch a hug. With all this water on me, she gon' have a wet dream. You don't know nothing about Hyde Park. You don't really wanna stop by after dark. Even Nick Cage know the city I'm reppin'. Have a nigga scat pack go to 60 seconds. 20 years plus I'd have been in this thing. And a nigga like me ain't never gon' change. Rollin' up dope while I'm sitting so close. I can walk on the floor at the Grizzly game.
I want EP and chicken and dog. She wanna receive under the heart. I'm a little P in a motherfucking pot. I was like Cheeky, we say squad. Nigga there.
Ayy, Memphis nigga everywhere I go. Get 100 bread a piece when I'm in the stove. Parkway Village, I'm a native. Still had a duck posted up in the Dover. Young nigga wanna be like Craig Pettis, bro wanna be G-Train. Afghanistan top tier, tell Biden send us to Ukraine. Drake made sure we try global. Let me tell you about Poplar. We'll stop and deals go for a couple bucks, she'll take it so. East Memphis, that's in that league. North Memphis, that's got it. South Memphis, long live flipper. West Memphis, that ain't Memphis. On EP, eating chicken at Dodge before a nigga went vegan. Might get his 6P from Crumpets. All done left, that's the best jack. Is she from Memphis with a bun and on? She give more head than a lace front. Me go my partner from back in the day, but I heard he hit him a lace blunt. Tell white folks he my nigga. Hey Max Snoop, I got a beer for you. From a city where you win it, they don't even really wanna even cheer for you. Deep down they be hating on you, but too quick to say I love you. In Memphis it's a red flag if she ain't blood and she say brother. Everybody gotta switch in this bitch. Game be beefing with clicks. Tell DJ yo where the dream ball at, I'm tryna stomp some shit. 2016 at the Delta Fair in the corn maze, you could die there. Long live J Money Truler, when he died whole city had tears. Memphis nigga everywhere I go, I don't care if it was Idaho. Before Ja, it was Mike Conley. Before Jaren, it was Z-Bo. In the lead, don't get his credit, but I'm really hometown hero. Might use a key to the city just to lock my back door. Memphis nigga everywhere I go. Memphis nigga everywhere I go. Oh, Memphis nigga everywhere I go. Oh, Memphis nigga everywhere I go. Oh, Memphis nigga everywhere I go. Memphis nigga everywhere I go. Oh, Memphis nigga everywhere. Memphis nigga everywhere I go.
Niggas hating cause they don't want no beef. State gang, true sippers, bitch, I bet we gon' eat. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. Baby Petty is gone and I don't know what to do with myself. I'm a bit lonely. shall I say. She normally be fucking with me, and she gone. We detouring to Dalton. Yeah, we apparently when I took the clip, I just let's see, I was in Dalton politics and I saw something talking about this, and then they put the link in there, and I just fast forwarded and found the spot. But I didn't know that she did a whole she was just talking shit the whole time. Her and I think that Trina Downs lady came up there. And so we're just gonna listen and react. I do not know this content creator, Conscious. I don't know her at all. But apparently Cassandra does. She felt really, really comfortable going there. Like, this is election night, 4/1, April Fool's Day. She's supposed to be out preparing for a victory party or something. Her 152 supporters was out there, and she on a YouTube channel. Not at a regular YouTube, a fairly small YouTube channel. Now, I ain't talking shit because Pettigoat got 1,700 subs, but I'm just saying it's a whole bunch of other, I don't know, fuck it. Let's just get into it. And yeah, she definitely, under my comment section, under my video clip, she came under there and she told somebody she did win because the goal was to run. The goal wasn't to win, it was just to run. So she's a winner because she ran, if that makes sense.
I feel that pain.
Oh, what's going on? So I was like, okay, now that everything is over with, I'm like, okay, now we can talk. Let's talk about election day.
Okay.
When I tell you it was crazy at some of the polling places with some of the stuff that was going on.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. So I got out there around yesterday morning.
Okay.
And so it was actually me and Mrs. Belcher. We were the first two to be out there. And so we had a few residents to come in. And of course the news people, ABC, they were out.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sorry if I'm pausing because I kind of hear the replay of me. And
just shut off your YouTube. Yeah, mute your YouTube page.
Oh.
Yeah.
Reiterate that this woman is under my video comment. She did like 6 comments. She was going at niggas in the comment section apparently, but she got me blocked on Facebook. I have never had an interaction with her. I was blocked before I ever did content on her. That's crazy as fuck. You don't have my other 2 pages blocked though on Facebook, but just because you block me, I'm uninterested in the shit you talking about unless it's on somebody else's stuff. But she got me blocked on Facebook, but all up under my shit on YouTube. With your 152 votes getting ass.
I like that.
Did I mute it?
Can you hear a background?
No.
It's clear?
No.
Okay, there you go.
Okay. So yeah, got out there around 6 something. Yeah, so I got out there about 6 something. Well, no, you know what? I think I'm hearing the background again. I don't know if I.
Oh, she's having a what do you call that, Cynthia? She's having a repeat. Is that any better?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right.
So
reverb.
Yeah, so we got out there pretty early, and when I got out there, it was just me and Mrs. Belcher out there, and we had a few residents that came out.
Yeah.
I'm still hearing this echo for some reason.
Somebody tell her what to do. Do you have a separate?
Candy, hey sugar, hey.
Yeah, you're getting the feedback. But, all right, she'll come back again. Try it again. This is gonna be interesting. My mother's doing her cactus. Yeah.
I don't know how the audio sound. I see the Wi-Fi thing popping up and down.
Feedback,
if it starts skipping, just let me know and I'll just play the audio.
It was. Yes, please. Hit the like button while we wait. Sorry for the ugly duck. We're switching to OBS. There she comes. All right, let's try to. Yes.
Well, you know, if I hear it, I'll just keep going.
Heard you say you switching to OBS. With OBS, you're still gonna need a third-party streaming site, unless you go live straight from YouTube. But if you want people on a panel, you still gonna need the duck per se, unless you cover it up with the logo or something with OBS.
Interesting. I'm just like this race. It has really taught me a lot about people and what extent they would go through to acquire a position.
Oh yeah.
It's like well, let's take it back to the early voting.
Okay.
Every day that I went out there, and I must say I met some really nice people. A lot of the it was just a few bad seeds that came out. That just every time they showed up, it's like the energy shifted, arguments started, and it was crazy. Like one Miss Valerie Stubbs, I'm like, I don't know what planet she come from. To see somebody at her age, the way she acts and the way she cut up and the way she antagonized some of the people that were out there, it was just awful. I've never seen a woman in her 60s carry on the way that she carried on.
I saw
every other day.
Ma'am, you old in the bitch too, and you out here fucking with people. You fat yourself, and you got the nerve to call somebody a big back. I'm just saying, y'all people crazy as a motherfucker.
Day when she came out, there was an argument. She was crossing the line, just awful. And I'm like, you are just too old to carry out the way that you carry out.
Yep.
Yeah. I'll put it like this: if there was ever I met an old fool, that was one. So I said, this ain't for the second. There's no bar told. I'm going for both today. So if you want to call me Crash Out Cassidy, you're gonna get Crash Out Cassidy today.
It's not no bars hold, it's no holds barred. And to think, you say that you a preacher and your grammar is worse than Tiffany's. You must never mind.
I was to try to bring the all the opponents together to show people that regardless of what ticket that you're running on, you can treat each other with human decency. We can be cordial in most of, and for the majority of the time, it was a beautiful moment. It's just that seemed like when House of people came out there, the energy shifted. Like the people that were working for him, it's just the energy shifted. You could feel the negativity beaming from them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've been seeing it.
Yeah. And so at some of the polling places, I know one of the places over at the Park District, when I tell you, Miss Tammy Brown, Miss Brittany Norwood, and I
Look
don't
at
know the other lady's name, but
Dingleberry
she's a resident. She's a little
commentary
short,
coming on the
chunky,
screen.
light-skinned lady. I'm gonna call her. I'm gonna be nice with the name. I'm gonna call her. But those three kept up so much hell. It was just unbelievable. It's just unfreaking believable. They get quiet as a mouse and all this negative talking and they bad and what they gonna do and all this so crazy stuff. But every time I show up, they get quiet as a mouse. And one of the guys that was actually running for a position, his daughter was actually out there working. And so they were kind of switching out different polling places to work. And so he sent his daughter over to the polling place
election
over at
was
the
called
Park
yet. I don't
and the young
think
lady, she was very,
like this is what I'm saying. As a politician, it's election night. The official results aren't in. Why aren't you on your own shit talking? Why are you why are you on this woman's stuff? And no shade, but I'm saying, wouldn't it have been more self-serving? Because apparently, motherfucker, you got a YouTube page. You've been commenting on my shit all day. And you got Facebook. Why in the fuck weren't you live from either one of your social medias having this conversation or having a rally party or something? This motherfucker just threw her name in the election and act like this shit didn't even matter. It wasn't going on. I'ma just pass out a couple pieces of literature and that's it. I ain't got no home base or nothing.
very nice. She was very bubbly, high energy. She's a young lady. And so she actually took some of my flyers to pass out. She actually had some of House's flyers. She had quite a few, some of her dad's flyers. So she had about 3 or 4 different people's flyers. And so she was just like, well, I'm just passing out flyers. I'm helping everybody. I'm neutral. I don't have an issue with anyone, and she was just a good spirit. And Lord behold, the resident, I can't remember her name, but I'm going to find a picture of her. And I'm doing an argument like 4 times with different people. And each time there was almost a fight that broke out.
Really?
Well, she cursed the young lady out. They got into a heated argument, and the young lady called her dad. And then she ended up going back over to the other polling place, and her dad ended up coming over there. Now, granted, in the beginning, he was over on Lincoln, and he was kind of a House supporter. But until they started crashing out on his daughter, they shifted out polling places, and he came over to the library, and he was just like taken back. Like, I don't believe they attacked my daughter like that, simply because she was passing out my flyers.
Oh.
So everybody that communicated with me, everybody that talked with me, everybody that were passing out my flyers, they were attacking them like a bunch of bulldogs. I'm out.
So you mean to tell me on election night, instead of being with friends, families, and loved ones, you were on a YouTube stream giving all the tea about what was going on at the polling place? That's how you spent your night, and you're supposed to be optimistic that you may win. This doesn't make any sense at all. Again, I'm not throwing shade at the YouTuber, but I'm just saying.
Anything. And so the guy, he was just like, I am so highly disappointed. And I'm like, but
I've been looking for your ass all day. Where is your live? People is wanting to see the live and it's just gone. How you gonna put God on private, Mimi? The homegirls did a 3-hour live it was good and stuff, and you just didn't put it on live. Just all the work was just for naught. Yeah. So yeah. Unprivate the video, Mimi. Please. Thank you. Who ain't speaking? Hey, Miss Maid, who ain't speaking? You is always being the damn Karen. Hey, can't handle the truth. I thought I spoke to you already, but if I didn't, hey, I put because I was this. Who had back, ma'am? Look him. This is me. I'm not a believer, but you believe that y'all were supposed to do that live. And at some point, y'all believe that I was supposed to be in there. Let God worry about the backlash. You don't worry about it. Just put the content out. That's what he told you to do. Be obedient. See, you got people in there saying they want to see it. Fuck the backlash. The only backlash, I don't know how there could be any backlash. If anything, they saw believers and non-believers up there, and they saw people that ain't got along for years up there, and no beefs broke out, no argument, none of that. So what kind of backlash could there be other than some hating motherfuckers that's all they've been doing for the past 4 years? But y'all know that's gonna come with it anyway. That ain't their first time trying to give backlash. You just and that's their goal, Mimi. Believe it or not, that's their goal. Every time y'all do something, and it ain't no beef or no drama, they're going to try to do something to make you put it on private. And that's defeating the purpose of y'all doing it. If y'all are putting all that work in and then you putting it on private. Fuck the haters. You can't worry about the haters. You just got to put your shit out and keep it moving. But otherwise, you're going to be putting all your content on private because they're not going to stop, especially as you get more and more people over there. They're not going to stop. They're going to be jealous of the people that are coming over there. Don't let them win. Don't let them win that way.
But a lot of you all, these are the people that you support, but you don't do your research and you don't see. You look over the character of the people that you're supporting. But then he got to experience it firsthand when they attacked his daughter.
Mm. Yep.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy. My son-in-law was out there. They didn't know he was working with me. And they came up to him and was saying all kind of crazy stuff like, we know her, she ain't no good, and she did this, and she did that. Now, granted, and I find it funny because I'm like, these people don't know me from a can of paint. They only know me because I actually ran for mayor. And she was just saying all this crazy negative stuff, just talking, talking all out of her head, just you name it. Whatever could come out of her mouth, the B word, you name it, everything under the sun.
Mm-hmm.
And so when she got through talking with him, and he was like, lady, that's my mother.
Mm.
And like, if you let one more word proceed out your mouth negative about my mother, like they were literally about to get into a fight.
I ain't got nothing to say about your fish plate tonight. I ain't got nothing to say about your fish plate. It looked good. I personally, I thought you strike me as the type that like drown your fish in hot sauce. So I was shocked when I seen you had like 3 or 4 droplets of hot sauce on there, but I ain't got nothing bad to say about it. Good job. Good job.
And then another incident, one of their workers that was actually working for a house. I don't know if you guys been on my page, the young lady that I was dancing with, but they actually almost got to fighting with her on 2 separate incidents because they got pissed off at her that she was talking to them. And I'm like, how is it you fighting with your own people? Because they were speaking with you. It was wild. It was crazy. Then over at Dyke School, the young lady, Miss Sonia, I can't remember the guy's name, but he kept picking at her. And every person that came up to vote. I don't know where he got a copy of her petitions from, but he kept harassing all of the voters and showing them the petition, and it was just, I'm like, it is not that serious for these positions.
Yeah.
And it got so bad to the point the chef was there, and the whole incident
Department we saw.
said every time a voter come up, he had a clipboard and he kept showing the young lady's petition. And he kept saying that, look, she's with Tiffany, and Tiffany signed her petition. And they, and he was doing that even with the early voting. Every voter that come up, he would run and literally harass them like, look, she's with Tiffany.
I had my fill of fish last week. I'm eating barbecue today. I'm eating barbecue. So now no thanks on the fish.
Asking the young lady, it was just so uncalled for. And so unnecessary.
Do you know who it was? They had the clipboard?
Oh God, they said his name, Will something. I can't remember. Yeah, his name was, I think it was Will something. And honestly, he wasn't even important enough for me to remember his name. Yeah. I just know that his behavior was unbelievable. And I'm like, to piss some of the residents off the way he was running and approaching them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hey man, Conscious sound like an 80-year-old white woman. No offense, Conscious, because I'm using your content and stuff, but these is jokes. But I'm just saying, you sound like an 80-year-old white woman.
My goodness. So, it's been a rough ride.
Yeah, and I felt bad because it's like if you're not on our team, the way they start slandering them, start making videos.
It is for a lot of people, very serious.
But yeah, for those that that's into the corruption, it's serious for a lot of them.
80-year-old lesbian white woman.
That's
throw
him.
that
Yeah,
in there.
Yeah.
He definitely sound like a lesbian too.
Will Tillman. Yeah. To me, I'd be very tempted to just shake the dust off my feet and find a new spot to occupy.
Can't handle the truth. You ain't shit for saying you thought there was Gabe up there leading the panel. You ain't shit. Oh shit! Now that I think about it, Conscious, you do sound like the gamester. I think Gabe would be impressed. I think y'all should do a stream together. That would be hilarious.
He was harassing her. Yeah. So it got pretty bad yesterday to the point where the Cook County Sheriff had to come out and actually have a few words with him.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw a lot of chaos going on. A lot of I don't know. It was very strange. I thought it was very odd what was going on.
Let me tell you what the weird part was. So after the polling place closed, and I was telling them, they was like, "What party are you going to?" And I'm like, "No, I'm going home. I'm tired. This has been a long run. I just want to spend time with my family, the kids." And so I got 2 phone calls. Now I won't mention which news channel and which 2 news channel men that you have your lawyer to challenge the results. Because we're kind of questioning the numbers and it was slow. Now the early voting, I was out there literally every day, and not that many people showed up. And even for yesterday at Lincoln, each place, it was not that many.
Man, a lot of people didn't show up. when they beat Tiffany either. So of course they did. It was enough to beat you, ma'am. You got 5% of the vote, which was 152. You got your ass whooped. Low turnout. What the fuck you say? It's a low turnout. What they got to do with it? They didn't need a lot of votes to beat you, ma'am. All pretty much. The poll said that all Jason House needed was 153 votes to beat you, ma'am. And everybody didn't have to come out. It would have looked worse if like 17,000 people voted and you only got 152. I think you ought to be grateful that everybody didn't come out because they didn't take you as a threat.
But I noticed at Lincoln, Kiana Belcher's daughter was working inside. And I noticed she kept coming outside a lot, speaking with Jason House.
Why was Kiana Belcher's daughter working inside a polling place? Is that?
Yeah, she was working a polling place in Lincoln.
Is that a conflict?
I thought that as well.
Okay, now this is the point. Now, this is 30 minutes in when she mentions Kiana Belcher's daughter. Kiana don't come up until like an hour. It was like Kiana came up at the hour and 50-minute mark. So she just kicked back for a good hour and 20 minutes and let her talk. And it wasn't that somebody told her. She had to have heard this herself because she knew exactly what to address.
A lot, speaking with Jason House.
Is that?
Yeah, she was working a polling place in Lincoln.
Is that a conflict?
I thought that as well. And then I noticed Jason House, he kept going in and out of the polling place as well.
Wait, what?
So I get a call and they're like, you really should challenge that because we were out there and yeah.
Jason House was going inside the in and out of the polling place?
Yeah, he went in and out of the polling place quite a few times.
Do we have any video of that?
Who told you should challenge that? What exactly would you be challenging? Somebody going in and out too much? How does that affect a voting machine? Because they in and out too much. What are you suggesting? Well, I think you need to do a recall. Ma'am, if they had another runoff or a special election, you wouldn't even get them 152 votes. I can't believe a bitch, but she didn't have 100. She didn't know how many votes she had. Kiana told her how many she had. That was a shock to her. At 152 votes, you saying somebody cheated? So you saying that half of Jason's votes should have been yours? Is that what you're contending? Did you not see how bad he whooped Tiffany ass and she was the incumbent? Don't nobody know you. And they needed to cheat to beat you? Somebody who did not go on anybody, you on platforms talking and shit now, but you didn't go on anybody's platform and talk about how you were going to help Dalton, how you were going to fix the shit. Not one time.
ABC News, they were out there they were out there at 6 a.m. They actually were out there before I made it there, and I made it there around 6:15.
Yep, that's her, Leah.
Yeah. Oh, the news reporters left because they were trying to get attention, Burke says. Yeah.
Yeah, so I noticed that her daughter
she's
coming in and out quite a few, and I'm thinking if she's working a polling place, she's coming in and out, coming outside a lot.
Free, and you still in here. I want to know what kind of backlash you was hearing. I'm pretty much, I'm going to make an educated guess, and I already know it's the freckle-faced granny.
Interesting. But I'm just going through the chat and letting you talk.
I just want to be put in
Now
the
I can't
loop.
see the chat because I don't have my
I
glasses
kind of
on. So if there
figured
are any
that's what that was when I
statements
was
or
like,
questions
then
you want to read
somebody
out
when I
for
was
me,
like,
I'm more
dang,
than
it's on
welcome to.
private.
Yeah, any
I was
questions that
like,
you have for
yep,
Cassandra?
I believe somebody probably
Cassandra, I'm
tried to
glad
pick the live
that's over
apart.
for you. I would have, it's for you. If I live there, I appreciate what you stand for. There's no issue going in and out of polling places. Well, what if it's an election judge, Alonzo? That's curious. He could be talking about a poll watcher. Okay.
Well, I think it would be an issue if you're coming in and out and then you're constantly going to convert with one of the candidates. I think that is an issue.
For Cassandra, are you going to stay in politics?
Oh God! Well, last night I got called.
Why is it an issue? Wait, these people are volunteers. What the fuck you mean you think it's a problem? Like, it's not a regular job. They don't have to stand in there for 8 fucking straight hours. If ain't nobody inside voting, what's the problem with them going outside? Like, you sound like a person that knew you lost without actually having the election results. And Conscious, you was over there doing your best to be devil's advocate.
Someone suggested something, and I won't put it out there just yet until I make up my mind, decide if that's something that I want to do.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
I remember reading something somewhere going to bring those businesses in.
I'm glad you asked that question. Now, over at the early voting, towards the end, that was like the $1 million question.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody started asking me that. Well, if you don't get to see, are you willing to bring the businesses in? Are you willing to help the residents out? Are you willing to bring your resources in to help us out? And the answer is no, I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're at a point that whoever you elect, you have to start holding our elected officials accountable.
Mm-hmm.
So whoever you vote for.
Wait a damn minute. Now, you supposed to be for Dalton. You came on this platform and told everybody that you had people that were businesses that were willing to line up and do business with you and sign contracts contingent on you winning mayor. But they asked, if you love Dalton so much, would you still bring these people in and help? And you said no. So you don't actually give a fuck about building or rebuilding Dalton. Because guess what? Whether you're the mayor or not, if you're partnering with these people, you get paid off of it. You get money. It's a business move. And you saying you would spite yourself making money and helping out the community that you said so desperately needs it with all them ragged ass houses you show and saying people need to buy them up. Just because you're mayor, you're not going to buy the houses anymore. So you ain't going to make no money because you ain't the mayor. That's crazy work if I've ever heard of it.
I've had other townships and other people that asked me about working along with them and possibly bringing some of those resources to their community. So I'm willing to actually sit down and have a conversation with certain people, and yeah, we might do some business together.
Wonderful.
Yeah. And the reason why I say no is that because for me as a resident, the way the negativity with all of the bad behavior, I mean, they attack me, they attack family, all the stuff over the internet, the way some of the residents have spoken to me. And I'm saying to myself, as mean and as nasty as you have been to me, why would I help you?
Mm-hmm.
I would consider it if their actions were different. But because of their actions, I'm like, no, you don't get my resources. I'm sorry. Whoever you elect, they're going to have to step up to the plate.
Ma'am, do you not remember how mean and nasty you were to residents, and they were saying, "Well, shit, if you need your personal space, don't invade your personal space, bitch. Don't knock on my door looking for support." That was what they said to you because that's the energy you gave off. The people gave you the same energy that you gave off. The only critique I would have of the people is as soon as you announced yourself in the race, everybody assumed you were a Tiffany plant. I will give you that. Everybody was trying to figure out who the fuck you were. I remember when you stood up at that meeting and said that, and I asked who the fuck you were, but I didn't say you was a Tiffany plant. Does it? It wouldn't benefit Tiffany to have somebody come in and split the vote because she was already on thin ice anyway. So she didn't she couldn't afford to have them 152 votes taken away from her. Y'all saw what Tiffany got. Terrible. 562. Man, you got 152 and the incumbent mayor got 560 something. Y'all together didn't get 1,000. That's how much people don't fuck with y'all. But I will say it was a bit unfair they called you a Tiffany plant. But I can understand why they said it because you never criticized Tiffany. You just criticized all of the trustees and Jason. You never said Tiffany fucked up, Tiffany, nothing. You never spoke one ill word of her. So I can see why they said you was the plant, but it wouldn't have benefited Tiffany to have more competition on the ballot. And it definitely, Cassandra didn't have to run in the election that was last month simply because she was an independent. So how would that be a Tiffany plant if she was a Democratic candidate? I could see maybe she's a plant to help steal votes, but she didn't even have to run in the same election that her and Jason did, so it wouldn't have benefited Tiffany at all. But that was the word on the YouTube streets. You was a Tiffany plant. But logically, it wouldn't make sense. Play motherfucker.
Right?
Yeah. I think maybe if they might have been a little bit nicer, I would not have a problem helping him. So I'm like, at this point, no. If you elected Jason House, he gets approval.
You ripped it back at him, snapped back at him, just like Trina Downs would have. Let me see. Pointy end. Wow, it seems that
Ma'am, them folk don't give a fuck if you and your imaginary contract people come in. Life still will go on. They've been surviving the past 4 years under shitty administration without your people. So they good. Keep in mind, this is election night when she should be checking on the polls and shit. She is on this motherfucker crying, complaining, and gossiping. And ended up with 152 motherfucking votes. I'm like, Gabe, motherfuckers at the high school prom king and queen get more than 152 goddamn votes. All that shit you was talking, and 152 people out of 20,000. That's how many in the town. Now I think about 6,000 voted. 5,000 to 6,000 voted, and you got 125 votes, ma'am. I think Tiffany got more than 125 votes as a write-in candidate for supervisor.
cared about your community, you would want to make a positive impact, whether you're elected or not.
Well, I'm going to make a positive impact, and trust me, there are other communities that is in more of a dire need than Dalton. Mm-hmm. So no one gets to tell me where it's my discretion.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, I care about my community, but my community should have cared about me a little bit more as well. Because at the end of the day, I was still a resident. And to go through the stuff that I had to go through, I mean, having me followed around Conscious, they even followed my daughter and broke out her car window.
Say what?
This
Yeah.
is her.
The day they
This is her on election night saying, I can put my resources where I want to. Y'all should have cared about me. I ain't gonna bring the stuff in because y'all didn't elect me. But again, this is hoe speak. That this is an illogical woman because again, any partnership you got with whoever would be coming into town would make you money, and you saying I ain't gonna make the money because y'all didn't vote for me. I could go to other communities. Well, motherfucker, you should have ran for mayor in other communities. Oops, you don't live in those communities, so you couldn't. This lady is crazy. And this is the night of the election. She knew she lost. Well, if you had like Jason House, that's who you got him. Jason raised that bitch property taxes.
followed me around and they were taking up the signs. They when I dropped her back off at the house and she got in her car, they had busted out her driver's side window.
Does she have any video of that or pictures of that? Was it like at a store?
Well, you know, we have the paperwork. It all happened.
Ma'am, let's just be real, because you said people were stealing signs. Are you saying thousands of signs were stolen to where you only got 152 votes? You got 152 votes. I don't think they stole 152 signs, but for you to get 152 votes, man, your PR team failed at what the fuck they were doing. You went door to door and only 150 people. Man, look. See, only a woman would take an ass whooping this bad and still come out here talking shit. You see what Tiffany did when Tiffany talked all her shit before the election actually happened. Man, ain't gonna be a landslide here. Election night came and she actually seen the results for mayor. She ain't say shit. The next time y'all saw her, she was talking about write her in as a Thornton Township supervisor. At least she took the hint. Like, what the fuck can I say? I just got my ass whooped. I got 562 votes. This man got 5,000 some damn votes. What can I say? It ain't shit for me to say. I lost. Not Cassandra, though.
So fast. She literally went inside and stayed in no more than 10 or 15 minutes and came back out. Her window was busted out.
Are you willing to work with Jason?
Well, you know, and one of the reporters asked me the same thing. And I'm like, I didn't have a problem and I was actually willing. But none of them have reached out to me.
Mm-hmm.
None of them have reached out to me and say, listen, when all of this is over with, will you be willing to work with us? But all the nastiness that have come from the trustees themselves, why would I want to work with them?
These are people in the chat asking her these questions too.
Like they have,
and this is how she responded
shown
to
themselves to be monsters. The venom that has come out of their mouths concerning me, why would I give you my resources?
Yeah.
So at this point, I'm like,
yeah. Somebody's saying free speech. Percentage says it. Okay, they're talking to each other, I think, in the chat.
How come we ain't heard none of this venom? Just curious. Why haven't we heard any of this venom? If it happened in your face, that means you had a cell phone, you could have started recording. We just have to take your word that all this shit happened. Now, we definitely heard you on your live streams and on other people's live streams talking shit about them. I can't recall ever hearing them doing a live stream talking about you. They didn't really do live streams as it was time for them to be elected. Now, they did go on to a couple of them. Belcher and them went on a little press tour. Roland Martin and the Tiffany Draper and all of that shit. Yvonne Draper, whatever the fuck that lady name is. At the WVON, they did stuff like that when the Tiffany shit was hot. But as far as when it was time for them to be elected, they were silent. So where was all of this shit talking about you? It definitely wasn't at the meetings. They ain't go. I don't even think Jason got a social media account to go live off of. Just where are these clips of them saying all types of shit about you? Are you saying it happened in your face? If it happened in your face, bitch, why are you complaining about it online? That was your opportunity to say something then. You pulling a Stephen A. Smith. LeBron came to this nigga in the middle of the game, not the end of the game, in the third quarter, middle of the game. Walked up to him, said what he had to say. What Stephen A. do right then? Nothing. He went on TV the next day, addressed it, went on Gilbert Arenas podcast and said it was a weak move, but the man approached you in your face. You could have responded then. You could have said, fuck you. You could have said, nigga, whatever. You could have turned your back. You could have did a myriad of things. You took it. And now you online complaining, Cassandra, Hopson, Jordan. What part of the game is that? If you ain't had that energy in their face, why are you on a YouTuber's channel talking about it?
Alonso.
Yeah, so it's been crazy. So I'm like, yeah, I wish you would actually help them out. And I'm like, no, you guys wanted Jason House in there, so this is the season that he gets to prove himself as a mayor.
Right.
So everybody was so gun ho, clean house 2025. Okay, well now you got what you asked for. So now we get to hold him accountable. Let's see what he's going to do for the village. Everybody's like, well, Jason House has a plan, and he's really going to clean this village up. So guess what? Let's sit back and watch it. Let's see what he does. But no, you don't get my resources. You don't get my investors. And it was a beautiful thing. They all showed up at the house. They congratulated me. We all had a toast, and it was a beautiful thing.
Man, we don't even know if the people you were talking about exist. You didn't say no fucking names. So like that's what you hold it. Well, if y'all wanted them businesses, then y'all should have did. Man, Jason could go on some conferences like Tiffany did. He just better bring some goddamn businesses back. I think Jason and them understand that the more businesses you get in, the less of the burden that it is on the actual citizens there. So I don't think they'll have a problem passing out business licenses. They may overdo it just because they've been on a drought for 4 years. Businesses maybe start popping up left and right in Dalton. So they didn't need you, and that was the carrot that you dangled in front of the horse. I got possible investors. I ain't gonna tell y'all who, but yeah, if I win, they gonna be ready to do some business. Lies. Prove it.
Next phase.
Mm-hmm. And what do you move on to, or you don't want to say yet?
Well, I'm not going to say yet, but I'm definitely there's definitely some properties in other municipalities that I'm going to actually purchase and rehab and help put those houses back on the tax bracket.
Oh, wonderful.
But I won't say which municipality it is just yet.
Yeah, because you'll be followed. Yeah. Of course, we're getting a lot of hatred.
Well, I wouldn't care. You don't get my resource.
Yeah. What about address that?
So yeah, you shouldn't expect anything from me. You got what you asked for.
So let me tell the chat right now. Okay, be respectful. And if you want to ask questions, ask that here.
Ma'am, your resources, that little ass campaign you had.
This is not
if
the
you
channel
actually had
for it.
resources, it look
If
like
you
them
want,
You know,
motherfuckers would have been trying to help you win.
Clean House
To help
2025. So you
you
got what you
fucking
wanted. So
win.
you shouldn't expect anything from me.
right.
So now the spotlight, and as a lot of people said to me, well, you ran a damn good race, and now the spotlight is on House. So let's see what he's going to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they did. They voted for Clean House 2025. I've congratulated them.
Yeah.
But now we can see
What's going on, James?
transparency.
Yeah,
Now
her
we won't have,
investors
as of
wouldn't
May
help her
5th,
win.
we
They
won't have
wouldn't
any
invest in her
problems with
campaign.
getting
They wouldn't give her
warrantless or
$10,000
minutes
to get radio
or getting
ads
our
and shit of that nature
FOIA requests
to be visible. They didn't help at all.
French, I think she answered what her plans are now. I think she answered that. Donna, she made it clear they were only investing if she was in charge.
Exactly. They only got the resources if I got the seat. So if I didn't get the seat, then they don't get the resources.
Right. Right. Do you have a question? Do you have it? Do you have a question instead of whatever you're saying?
Ladies and gentlemen, does that sound like any smart investors you know? This is a good town to invest in, prime real estate, shit of that nature. We could get a whole bunch of tax breaks, yada, 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 untapped city. But nah, we don't want to go there unless this bitch that nobody knows is in the seat as mayor. Does that sound like a smart investor to you? They gonna turn down for show money. Because no matter who's in the goddamn seat, they will get some for show money. They gonna turn down for show money if this lady ain't in the office. But these same people could not donate to her campaign to make her visible. Ma'am, you was at you wasn't even on Food for Less property when you was out there talking about you partnered with them. Bitch, you was on the sidewalk. We saw you. You was on the curb. It was the street, a strip of grass, a strip of concrete, and then you. And then on another strip of grass, and then a parking lot that became the store. But these people were willing to invest in the city, but they weren't willing to invest in you. How does that make sense? If you win, we'll come in and bring the resources, but we ain't gonna help you win to make sure that we come. It ain't no if, because if you got these big time investors, that means they have more money than Tiffany, Jason, and Henry. Well, fuck it. You just had to beat Jason. They got more money than Tiffany and Jason, and they couldn't give you any of that. I'm just saying.
At this point, honey, let them be mad. They can be mad, but you're gonna be mad with the choice that you made. So that's my prerogative. No, like I said, a million people ask me, well, would you be willing to give your resources because they're going to need the help? And the answer is no. I will not give out my resources. And as a matter of fact, I would not even flip another house in those. You guys get to do your job. So as a resident, I'm going to keep my foot on your neck, and I'm going to make sure you do what you said that you were going to do. So now the spotlight is on you.
Okay, let me see. Just asking because I've never. So nobody's ever heard or seen anything.
Now, keep in mind, this lady that's saying, no, I'm not going to give y'all my resources, says she's a preacher, calls herself Pastor Cassandra Jordan, a pastor, a woman of God, said, no, I'm not going to give you my resources. This is a weird thing. all these preachers today. That was kind of something we was talking about on Mimi's show today, but I ain't bring this out. Jesus, who was the ultimate preacher, always gave the people gifts. He never took anything from the people, but he always dropped gems, fed them, cured them. He did it all for free. But these men of God these days, they need money. They ain't curing you for free. They not praying for you or your mama, your uncle, or your cousin for free, even though y'all been tithing for 20 years. Ain't nothing. They supposed to be following. How the fuck Jesus do all his shit for free, and then these niggas that ain't nowhere near him is charging everybody? Imagine if Jesus told the goddamn multitude, shit, y'all gotta pay to eat. Fuck wrong with y'all? It would have been a lot of motherfuckers starving on the beach that day. He preached and fed them niggas.
Nasty coming from the trustees. I have.
Well, you know what? First and foremost, you won't see it, but as I tell people, you don't know the experience that I've had.
Mm-hmm. If you want to join, because Trino will set them straight as well. Okay, straight shooter. Have a great day. If your supporters are nasty, you have a responsibility to tell them to stop. That's
yeah.
Right.
And the way they did that young lady yesterday, it was just, it was unbelievable the way they talked to her and the way they did her yesterday. It was so nasty to the point that she was like, I'm leaving and I'm going home.
Mm-hmm.
And her father was so upset, like his blood was boiling, because he was like, I just cannot believe that they did this to my daughter.
Yeah.
Trina
voted for you. Here's Trina Downs.
Okay.
She voted.
I did. I voted for Cassandra as well as Denasha, just as a strategic vote, because Cassandra's not involved in any litigation prior or present. Jason and Tiffany have been involved in a lot of litigation. Jason's put out a lot of bonds, and debauchery needs to just stop. Like, we can.
Well, there's one idiot that I guess she voted for Tiffany too, or did she abstain between Tiffany and Jason? I would like to know who she voted for between Tiffany and Jason, and if she didn't vote for either one of them, what made? Because never mind, never mind. You can't try to understand crazy. I typically don't even listen to this woman because she's loud and obnoxious, but fuck it. We're here. I'm going to listen to it.
I keep putting the same recycled people into office because they're all together and they all have an agenda, and it's not for the people. Plain and simple. But I feel like, it's God's will, for one, because these are the same people that made all the poor financial decisions to put Dalton in $138 million in debt. So those people that made those decisions should be sitting there and under fire for what they done. See, no one else should have to come in and clean up $138 million worth of bullshit.
You believe it was God's will for Cassandra Hopson Jordan to win, and she got 151 votes minus your one? You can't believe God wanted her to win with 152. Y'all people throw God in every goddamn thing except for the shit that y'all need to.
Didn't contribute to. And it's probably more debt than that, I'm sure it is. Because we don't have the rest of the bills officially ends, I'm sure they're going to be pulling way more debt out. So for them not to even be transparent for the amount of debt that Dalton's in when it's on everybody's tax bill, that's real fucked up. But absolute power corrupts absolutely. So you have Napoleon at the top, Jason at the helm, I feel like this is going to be the demise of the South suburbs.
Exactly, and I agree 100%.
And to go. And since Dalton has folded, then everything else around us will fold, because we were the ones fighting in the fight. Even though people in Harvey are fighting, we were very adamant about what we wanted in Dalton. It's just crazy that they would think they get that with Jason House. He literally has a shit factory here. He's literally put out bonds that we have to pay back for the next 25 to 30 years. It's not. So we could see Tiffany they're not even realize.
Jason get the type of power where he put out bonds that will put y'all in debt for 25 or 30 years. He ain't the mayor, so when the fuck did he do that? And I'm sure he couldn't have done it by himself. So could you call out some other names? These folk, hey, what the Jason must have turned these bitches down or something. They must have tried to suck his dick and he said no. Why are they so angry with this man?
Was federally invested.
Jason, fuck it. You need to shoot. The Tahoes is still, y'all still leasing them motherfuckers anyway. First, like on an inauguration day, nigga, you need to shoot a music video in the Tahoe. Fuck it. I'm just saying, piss them off. They already mad. Yo, the people that love you ain't gonna be mad. They gonna be like, okay, he feed the people. He feed the people. He riding in the Tahoe. It's only right. That's why Tiff got the Tahoe, for you to be able to stunt. You pull up smoking a backwood, bumping some King Von or something. I'm just saying that's how I would pull up at the inauguration, Jason. I meet differently. If I had big booty belts to hop out the car too, just cause she got a big booty. It'll be a real music video for my inauguration. Probably get Obama or somebody to come through. Man, I'm telling you, it's gonna be lit.
Investigating the people who have went to jail, I would be the fuck quiet too. Why cause attention to yourself? So, station with Minion last night, I'm holding all of the YouTubers who ran out and ran everybody for filth to hold Clean House 2025 at an even higher bar. Because you all went out, you supported, y'all said vote for Clean House 2025. So when
yeah, exactly.
But I'm pretty confident, Cassandra, you may still end up being mayor because you're the only opponent of Jason. And I'm counting on the feds to do their job. It snatched their asses right up out those seats.
What, Cassandra, you may still end up being mayor because I'm counting on the feds doing their job. I never, ever heard anyone say the feds was looking into Jason House or any of the current sitting trustees, including Andrew Holmes and Stan Brown. They never said they was looking into any of them motherfuckers. They were looking into Tiffany and her administration. So what are you purporting that Jason has done illegal, Miss I can't Trina, because you the one that put that lie out on Miss Mary, but then you got the nerve to be offended when motherfuckers say you had a weapon, which was the golf club, the truth, at a meeting, and call you crazy. You're offended, yet you can make all these accusations and allegations. Shout out to Tiffany. You make all these allegations against people, but then when it happened to you, you got Anna. What is wrong with you people? All you motherfuckers are Christians, and y'all forget the golden motherfucking rule. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you.
That they were so bold to sit back in knowing the criminal shit that they've done, especially the clerk with no meeting minutes for 4 years. Like that shit's just beyond me.
Yeah, it's crazy. And being out there right next to Jason's house, and I'm like, this guy is so calculated. Like they don't even realize what they just put in. One of my bonus daughters were out there working, and he said some little slick stuff.
Yeah, man, this is starting to sound like the Bitter Bitches Club. Conscious with her old white ass, she ain't saying nothing. She back there smoking a cigarette and drinking some coffee and rubbing her dog and just letting the niggas just go at it. Just go ahead, do y'all shit.
Guy is so calculated. Like they don't even realize what they just put in office. Like he is not the mild-mannered, nice guy that you all think he is. Now, one of my bonus daughters were out there working, and he said some little slick stuff out of his mouth, and he must have forgot at one moment that she was standing there. But she heard some stuff that came out of his mouth, and she called me.
Ma'am, you not the bitch you portray to be. So newsflash, that's most people, they're not who they portray to be. But that doesn't mean they're going to be bad. Tiffany wasn't who the fuck she was portrayed to be until she got the power and you saw who the fuck she was. Same goes for you. But what the fuck is your bonus daughter? What kind of Karen shit is that? What the fuck is a bonus daughter?
Out there working, and he said some little slick stuff out of his mouth, and he must have forgot at one moment that she was standing there. But she heard some stuff that came out of his mouth, and she called me, and she was just like, "Is this dude serious?" And then some of the other people that were out there, once they did the shit show with the guy's daughter, then he comes to me and he was like,
So how come nobody ever recorded this shit? Everybody knows who the fuck Jason House is. We all know who he is, especially if you in the Dalton. You know he's a public figure running for mayor, and he said some slick shit, and nobody had a TMZ moment. She just so happened to call you and say, "Is he serious?" Instead of recording the shit where you could show the world and the whole city who this man is. You call his political opponent and say, "Is he serious?" What the fuck was she supposed to do? Ma'am, bonus daughter, what the fuck was your bonus mama supposed to do? She got 152 votes, ma'am. You would have did better sending that motherfucker to World Star, recording him and sending it to World Star. Because this lady here maybe she would have got 252 votes had you had done that.
"You know what, young lady?" He was like, "They don't even realize what they just put in office." They was like, residents to come to me, and they was like, "We'll give you the location where they drink it all the time." Like all he do is stay drunk all the time.
Yeah.
Now this is the stuff that was coming from the residents.
It is.
But people were coming up to me like, these people don't even realize what they put in office.
Now they calling the man an alcoholic. They're calling Jason House an alcoholic. This coming from the resident. Well, you know what, ma'am? It couldn't have been that many residents that told you that because only 152 voted for you, ma'am. And the rest of them voted for him. So they know exactly. If y'all know about it and the residents know about it, everybody know about it, and they still said that's better than Tiffany or you. So if y'all are saying this man is an alcoholic and the city had to choose between Tiffany, the evil they know, an alcoholic, and a bitch that just came out of nowhere, they said we would rather have the alcoholic man. That should make y'all feel fucked up. That they would rather have a drunkard in office than you or Tiffany.
Between him and Napoleon, the Southland is doomed.
It is 17 municipalities in Thornton Township. No one even bothered to check Napoleon's record as to what he's done at the state level, which is nothing. He put forth the bill that he wants insurances to pay for hair weaves or wigs for people who are going through chemotherapy or have alopecia. Other than that, he hasn't put anything on.
Ma'am, you said no one. Are you including yourself when you said nobody checked? But again, I have to say, if the person you got is so bad that they will accept anything, that has to let you know how bad the person before them was. They don't give a fuck who got in office as long as it wasn't Tiffany. Now, if Napoleon get in there and do the same shit Tiffany did, those people are going to make the same noise that they did with Tiffany. Vice versa with Jason. If Jason get in there and pull the same shit Tiffany did, he going to be national motherfucking news too. It's quite simple. If Dan Flacco come to this nigga and say, hey, bro, we got your receipts for when you went to Vegas and took your staff and shit, nigga, did this come off public funds? And you be like, no. And then he show you the receipts and you say, as it relates to, I don't got nothing to do with that. And any more questions, no comment, then he gonna be a national news story too. If he or Kiana Bell to just so happen to start a goddamn foundation called Jason Cares, and then he get on TV and say, shit, I don't know nothing about that. So somebody, a fan, they like the work that I do. And so they started a charity, and then they look, and all his folks is the board of trustees, then yeah, he gonna make national news. But if not, we don't hear about it. Whatever the fuck Riley Rogers did, apparently it didn't rise to the level of Tiffany's, because that nigga managed to be mayor more than one term. Whatever the fuck Frank Zuccarelli did, he was good at what the fuck he did, because he didn't get no news attention like Tiffany. It only happens when you suck at your job.
And it's amazing how we haven't even seen him, and then he just show up.
Correct. Because and then the whole way they didn't participate in debates, like they were too good. All of that, they took the people for granted, and the people let them do it. And so they give them tickets and tell them who all to vote for from the beginning to the end, and they do it, and they get no results. They get nothing done, and they're all on the same ratchet ass team. Tiffany and
all of them.
They knew a long time ago Napoleon didn't live in Harvey. You had to know that, but because y'all was all in, that's bogus. But now that you need that seat, you're willing to be honest. I can't deal with that. I can't deal with that. So hopefully everybody will keep their eyes open and hold them accountable for the shit they're doing and inspect the shit show. Because Kiana can't run for trustee anymore. So she's going to be looking for another seat. And that would probably most likely be the mayoral seat. I don't see her going for a clerk seat, or maybe she will try and be strategic and be the clerk, and the clerky be the trustee, since they're both at term limits. But I expect Kiana to try and snatch that seat right from Jason.
And Miss Nikita Cloud. Them two right there, I see a hella cat fight getting ready to take place.
Well, Nikita Cloud is the catalyst behind all of the lies, all of the bullshit, all of the fake potential
planning 4 years
what
down
do they
the
call them?
road. She don't know if that woman still wants to
The
be in
presidential awards,
politics.
all of just she's the one that's orchestrating all of the shit talk about just all of it. Anything messy, that's in the area of Nikita. All of the meetings that were missed and us getting those letters from high society management, that's Nikita. It's no way that people should have missed Christmas baskets and gifts for underprivileged children, parents trying to do the right thing instead of going through the community, robbing fucking their neighbors, right? And try to apply for toys the right way and then not get it in a program that's been there for 2 decades for a couple of months. That's bullshit. So,
and I just watched all of these people. I watched every last one of them yesterday very closely. Every last one of them that were Team Tiffany, that actually started out with Tiffany. And I'm looking at them like,
well,
I'll give it about a month or two.
I had walked off, but I was listening. Ma'am, what's bullshit is niggas, well, you and niggas like you would say some dumb shit like, it's fucked up. Parents can't come and get this instead of going through their community and robbing. It's amazing how y'all won't tell. How come you don't have a they got laid off story or they need to get a job? It's either robbing, selling dope. That's just everybody's black person's plight. It's like, what the fuck? If you got kids and you care about Christmas and you want to provide something for them for Christmas, get off your ass and go get it. Going to the fucking free angel tree ain't it. You may get something from them, but why would you chance it when you can simply get off your ass and go get some money and buy your kids some presents? Why do you have to rob somebody instead of you getting off your ass and going to get some money to get your kids some presents? You don't have to do anything illegal to get it. You can sell blood, plasma, cans, get a temp job. It's an Amazon in every motherfucking city in America, and they always hiring. It is something you could do to get some goddamn money. You could sell some pussy. You could braid some hair. You could do nails. You could cut grass. You could rake leaves. You could clean pools, fireplaces. It's a whole bunch of shit you could do. You could resell Jordans. You could sell PlayStations. It's a myriad of things you could do, but the first thing you go to is they have to rob their goddamn neighbors. That's what you think of niggas.
Then the claws are going to come out.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the shit show that's getting ready to take place.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be a definite shit show and a whole lot of lies and everything else. Because we did this 4 years ago with Sherry Britton and Bettina Collins and Jason, Kiana, and everybody and the clerk. And they were all like, we're the dream team. It was total bullshit. It was a lie. They knew they weren't a dream team before they even got on the ballot because they were talking shit to me. So that was just fraudulent in itself. And then you have the farce recall behind it. And I mean, it's just too much corruption. Too much. Yeah. And then it's all on the backs of the taxpayers. They don't give a fuck about these attorney bills because they're not paying it. If they had to pay their own money to deal with their fights, their infighting, they would settle this shit in an appropriate way.
Raffle going on. How long is it going to take Kiana Belcher to start giving Jason House a hard time? How many months do you want? It's a free raffle. It's how many months do you think it's going to take?
You know what? I say I say give it a good 6 months.
Cassandra.
Okay, I'll
Because
put
something about that chick, she
Trina
really
made
wants
a
to be
song
the next mayor, or she
called
really wants to be
Move,
the
Bitch. Get
HBIC.
out the way.
It's written all
If
over her
the
face.
city
And
is
Jason House, he
corrupt
gives off,
as you say,
and like a lot of the men were
why
out there,
don't
they was
you
like,
take
he's
your
weak,
funky
he's
ass
passive.
away from
And they was
there?
like, that,
Move.
you know, and a lot of them don't
Nobody's
like Tiana
forcing
either. They
you
was
to
like, she gonna run all
stay.
over.
Go
So they was like, give it a
somewhere
good 6
where
months,
they
and
will
you're gonna have a
listen to
full
you,
blown
where they
shit
don't
show.
have the corruption
Okay,
going
People
on.
are ready for the response that Jason's going to give. People want to see a whole different Jason House. He's
Yeah.
not going to be passive. It's not going to be an easy take. He already has his people in place. He was of Riley. He came in under Riley Rogers. So did Ed Steve. So did Tammy. So did Andrew Holmes, for that matter, and Stan Brown at a point. And so did Brittany and Ed. And so Ed, Brittany, and Tammy are going to follow Jason to hell. Point blank, period. And they are not going to side with Kiana. She's going to have to get allies with Holmes and Brown. And if you can see through the meeting, she's already been talking to
And then here, ladies, adamant about, he got somebody out here working. You know, he got somebody out here watching the whole thing.
She trying to
And
cause
so she sent me a
dissension
link to
4
watch her
years
video.
out.
And I had saw her, you know, follow me around, videotaping me. And every time I would catch her, she would say, oh, no, I'm not videoing you. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that to anyone. I wouldn't do that at all. When I caught her, you know, it's like everywhere I was going, she would, you know, had the camera, and then she pretended like she was videoing something else. So she gives me a link to her channel. So I said, let me go sit in the car and just check this out. So I actually went on her thing, and I strolled through all her videos. And I'm like, okay, is this lady retarded, or she got to be a little special, or something ain't too bright about her? Because who would give me a link to their channel and thinking that I wouldn't stroll through and look video after video, like she recording every little thing that I do. But then I guess she took the time to actually get to know who I was, and she actually realized, okay, Miss Cassandra, she a cool person or whatever. And so then it's crazy how they start turning on her. Like she literally got into almost 3 fights with them. Because they was like, why are you talking to her? And she's like, well, you know, I actually started talking to her, and I realized that she's a cool person, and I actually like her. And I'm saying to this lady, like, why are you out here passing out their paraphernalia? And they cursing you out every chance they get. I'm like, is some of these people under some type of cult spell or something? Because I'm like, this stuff just does not make any sense. But she was just so adamant. Yeah, Jedediah, you know, he got a spy out here. And he got somebody out here working. And I'm looking at her like, you're the spy. Like, you can't make this stuff up.
It was very calculated, very orchestrated.
Yeah.
Very calculated, very orchestrated, how they were going to do things. I noticed that Dear Woke Christian announced that you were dropping out of the race, and I didn't think that was true. That you were dropping out of the race on yesterday.
Well, you know, look, let me say something about, and I'm going to say it how I feel it. That big face.
Yes.
I'm going to leave the other word out. But that big face dude, I'm like, you so thirsty to become a YouTuber.
What?
Like, dude, go somewhere and get you some business.
That's
Like
her
every little
calling
thing I do,
Kiana a big bet.
is that serious? Is them little checks that serious? I'm like,
know what the trustees were sending
Kiana,
because
got a big
you
bet,
know,
a big
from
ass booty.
you know history, they
That's
sent
some of your
$500
ass ain't
to
got
split
no
between
leprechaun.
Hannibal
I
and
sent your
Jedediah.
video of you dancing.
yeah, and they're like, well, you know, we haven't paid any YouTubers. No, you guys been paying the YouTubers. Now I'm like, either they in love with House or they got some kind of secret fantasy, but I've never seen men just go so hard for another man. And I'm gonna leave that right there.
Okay, so I got a couple of questions. Cassandra, somebody asked, what would you have done different?
These hoes always trying to call
Sincerely.
somebody
Well,
gay.
done different as far as what?
I ain't never seen no man go hard for a man.
You know what? I wouldn't have done.
Did you not just watch
anything different? I don't look back and regret anything.
election?
All things happen for a reason, and all things happen the way that they're supposed to happen. So I never look back and have
going hard for other men.
Anything. Okay. I wouldn't have done anything different.
Alrighty. And
because if I would go back and do something different, then I wouldn't be at this point. I wouldn't have had that experience. So everything happened the way that it's supposed to happen. And one of the messages that I wanted to send to people, and as I said in the beginning of this race, and I don't know if people pay attention, and I don't know if people listen, but when I said in that meeting, I had said, before I allow another crooked politician to come in and take a seat, they're going to have to fight me for it. So I made them fight for the seat. House supporters. When I went throughout the community and I spoke with them, I said, if you tell me one of the race, I'm House produced. Upset about, oh, she called the residents ignorant and dumb and stupid. No, your actions are ignorant and dumb and stupid. It's crazy.
He fought you for it and he whooped your ass.
And keep recycling the same type of people and you expect a different result. So yes, your actions are ignorant. Yes, your actions are back. Because now he has produced within the 8 years that he has sat in the seat. My daughter will witness it to you. Every resident I spoke with, I said, if you tell me what he has produced as an elected official that has been sat in a seat for 8 years, I will drop out of the race. No one was able to tell me. So here I am. And I said,
motherfucker, what is a trustee supposed to produce? How in the fuck are you holding a damn trustee to a higher standard than the motherfucking mayor? What she's asking, what did Jason House produce as 8 years as a trustee? Meanwhile, she has no political experience. And if a motherfucker asked her to, like, she couldn't tell you anything because she got no experience. And you ain't asking, it's just because he's running for mayor, but you've never asked this of any. What did Tiffany bring as an elected official for 8 years before she won mayor? Did you ask that question? Did you ask that of Tiffany or just Jason? See, that's why people called you a plant. And some people were calling you a feminist, but wrong on that front too, because you attack Kiana every chance you get. You don't like her. It's not that you're a feminist. You and Tiffany may be cool. A plant still it didn't benefit her. But Tiffany is dumb, so she probably would try some shit like that.
One of my goals was to run for mayor. Guess what? I ran for mayor.
Yeah.
Now, if I have happened to get the seat, yes. Whatever I go at and I work at, I give it an answer that question. If they wanted the seat, they were going to have to fight me for it. I'm going to make them fight for their seat tooth and nails because I'm tired of politicians coming in and taking for granted that they were going to get a seat. And he did have the attitude and the disposition because he built his campaign off of Tiffany hate train. He got everybody hating someone, which is so stupid that a lot of them never met, probably never will meet, and don't even know, to give people an option. And I made it clear, if you wanted the seat, you're going to have to fight me for it.
Will you attend, another question, will you attend meetings and address your concerns at the
podium? Yeah, I will be at the meeting with my bullhorn.
That was the easiest fight ever
that his supporters created. Oh yeah, I will be there.
I don't mean to
because I'm going to hold your ass accountable. I'm going to make sure you do everything that you said you were going to do.
All right. Somebody said you haven't voted.
It doesn't matter because I don't just give my vote to just anyone because I do my research.
Okay.
I voted. And I don't give my vote to just any politician. When I do my research and I don't like what I see, then you don't get my vote. It's just as simple as that.
Ah. Okay.
And the people that were up for DC, I did not like them. I did not like what they were bringing to the table. So therefore, you don't get my vote. So
wait a damn minute.
I'm gonna need you to get past that.
Wait a damn minute, ma'am. I'm sure when that person pointed out that you hadn't voted, they weren't talking about for trustee, and any of that other shit. They were talking about you as in mayor. You didn't vote for yourself. You didn't vote for the people that you had on your motherfucking ticket. Talking about, I don't just give politicians my vote. Don't nobody give a fuck about who you voted for supervisor. They're talking about the election that you're specifically involved in, and you didn't even vote. What kind of shit is that? So you didn't vote for yourself, or now one of them bitches on your ticket. That's crazy. So when somebody said, hey, you didn't vote, because I don't give politicians, I don't just get like, bitch, it was between you and Jason and you didn't vote for yourself. Trump at least voted for himself. Tiffany voted for herself. You didn't even vote for yourself, nor the people who named you forced on your ticket. Man.
When I do my research and I don't like what I see, then you don't get my vote. If people that were up for these seats, I did not like them. I did not like what they were bringing to the table. So therefore, you don't get my vote. So whoever asked that question, I'm gonna need you to get past that. Get past it. You'll be okay.
There's a lot of comments about the word retarded, which I don't like either. So
I don't care, but it is retarded. It's backwards. It's dumb. It's stupid. It's ignorant. To keep putting in the same people and expecting a different result. Sir, get over it.
Okay.
You say freedom of speech, right? I'm free to say what I want to say.
You're welcome, Donna. I don't know where Trina went. Turn the other cheek and not talk down on others. Okay. I'm just going through all the comments right now.
Oh, I ain't talking down on others. I'm doing the same exact thing and expecting a different result. It is dumb. It is stupid. It's crazy.
Well, yeah, dumb and stupid. I don't agree with I'm sorry, Cassandra, but I don't agree with the word retarded either, because I know a lot of special needs people. I've
well, when I use that word, it has nothing to do with special needs people. It has everything to do with the action.
Okay. Stupid bad word. All right.
So yeah, it's
when I
crazy
hear it doesn't have
to keep
anything to do
expecting
with
a
blacks.
different result, and you keep doing the same thing.
But he did not have. Okay. Oh, here's a question. Finally, a question. After looking at the numbers, do you really think they'd ever need to bow out of a race? Mayor.
So now, when I look at the numbers, well, when I really look at the number of individuals to call me and that you check, yeah.
Okay. Does
it's crazy thing.
Okay. Oh, here's a question. Finally, a question. After looking at the numbers, do you really think they'd ever need to bow out of a race? Do you really think he fought you to be mayor? Have you really looked at the numbers? Okay.
Well, when I look at the numbers, well, when I really look at the numbers, it's actually questionable, because a lot of voters did not come and stress
When I
me
look
that
at the numbers, he told your ass up. It was like, do you think them niggas need to bow out to you? Do you really think that you were a formidable fight? You said they got to fight you for it. That's what he's saying. Do you really think it was a fight? Like, are you paying attention to the numbers, ma'am? Let's see there. I'm a stop it there because I need the AI to do what it do and make me a whole bunch of shorts out of this live. I got about an hour and 20 minutes left. I'll do a part 2. I'll come back in the morning and finish this. What it do, yeah, Octavius Prime. But I'm just shocked and appalled at the amount of niggatry that I have heard thus far in the first hour. I'm glad Trina finally dropped down. But yeah, this woman here just will not take her ear and shut the fuck up peacefully. She is just gonna talk shit to the end. Yeah, Jason House. He'll drink. The residents know he an alcoholic, but they was like, fuck you. You ain't no alcoholic, so that just lets you know how bad you are. Cause it was just between you and him. And he whooped your ass. Good. And now you on a YouTuber that don't nobody know channel crying and shit. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I see y'all in the morning, or I don't know what time in the morning. Baby Petty gone. So if I wake up at my 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, fuck it, I'll just go live. Ain't got shit else to do. For the next episode, we out.
Never been a hoe, I stay on go, so what the business? Nigga talking reckless, shoot his bitch ass with the quickness. Now he bleeding, sorry, begging, asking for forgiveness. Bow, 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 limp biscuit. All my niggas wildin', they done labeled us a misfit. Wake up every morning, 2 or 3, 5 in the tidbit. Oh shit, didn't nobody come to see you old, it's some focus. Shoot 100 shots, no reloaded. Master of the game, you would think I'm into coded. Memphis niggas spit this pippin', mackin' like I'm golden. Ho, with my money, you gon' turn me to the old me. Stay high, first class flight, I'm in the nosebleed. Copy, cooking, whip it, ship it till you count the proceeds. OG, I've been moving back niggas since 03. Low key, niggas hating, but they don't want no beat. State gang, true sippers, bitch, I bet we don't eat. Get jammed, get a lawyer, make it bunny, don't speak. Pour up, I need some more. A nigga had a long week. Shout out to my plug, he showed me love, he out in Long Beach. I'm true geek, walking by myself but left with 2 freaks. Ooh wee, nothing in their mouth and on they booty. Austin Power swag, yeah baby, this is groovy. You can call me money boy or you can call me nudie. Hood niggas, churches, chicken, let me get a 2-piece. Top down, 2-seater, let me feel the 2 breathe. Gotta hold it steady, chopper, kick it back like Bruce Lee. Lately I've been in the zone, I guess I'm in my 2-3. Don't call my phone for nothing less than a QP. Feeling like the Migos, cause my bitch is bad and bougie. All my haters love me, all these bitches just some groupies. Came a long way, I like to introduce the new me. Standing on business like I'm king or like I'm Drewski. Call me Ron Island cause I like my love for choosy. When we link it's a movie, she bustin' like a Uzi. I love the way she do me, I beat it up like Uzi. She dancing just like Suki. Call me Ron Island cause I love my love for choosy. When we link it's a movie, she bustin' like a Uzi. I love the way she do me, I beat it up like Uzi. She dancing just like Suki. I never been a hoe, I stay on go, so what the business? Niggas talking reckless, shoot his bitch ass with the quickness. Name pleading, sorry, begging, asking for forgiveness. Bow, 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 limp biscuit. Never been a hoe, I stay on go, so what the business? Nigga talking reckless, shoot his bitch ass with the quickness. Name pleading, sorry, begging, asking for forgiveness. Bow, 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 limp biscuit.